Hello, guys. I'm Ellen Sutter of ESP Presents and ESP Book Chat. We have Mike Hitchens.
Hutchins.
Hutchins. I do the Hitchens all the time. I want to call him Hitchens. And he is the author of Marriage is Simple. So, Mike, in this day and time where people don't think that marriage is necessary, they say we're already together. Why do that? It's just a piece of paper. We're already committed to each other. Why write a book like this in this day and time?
Yeah, I think that the answer to that is the fact that it's not working out, right? It seems to be that the whether you get married or not, you still are in the same spot. But if that's the case, then why is it such a push to get married since the dawn of time, right? And it is because there is beneficial aspects of it. And writing this book, having my own struggles and challenges, trying to figure that out, is what makes it worth it. It's greater than one would imagine, and there are more benefits than society actually tells us about that we can benefit from. And the real problem is that we don't know that going into marriage. We think that it's just about attraction. We think that it's just about love, and that's only the first step. But the book dives into the multiple steps and the other aspects that we should be looking for in marriage.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us one or two of the things the components that you do talk about in this book as it relates to marriage?
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite analogy is that we look at men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right? And so you're naturally going to have this conflict. But I'll take it a step further, is that marriage is the collision of those two worlds. And so even though women are from Venus, I as a man have to navigate Venus because that's my wife, right? And we're supposed to be one person. We're supposed to think and understand each other. And the crazy part about it is that every man and every woman naturally expects that to happen, but we don't articulate the fact that we're two worlds colliding from two different experiences, from two different lifestyles. And being in the military, me and my wife are completely different, but we work, and it is our job, our responsibility. As a matter of fact, it's our covenant that enables us to keep going. And that's what the book is about, or one of the things.
What would you say? Because to me, you're probably in your late 30s or some a millennial or a little bit Gen X, whatever it is. So with that age group and with your that generation, we live in a generation where we have women who they don't want to have kids, and also they don't want to be married because they got their careers. So why do I need a man? And I already got my career. So they look at it as, I got my career. They may have retired already, and they look at that. I want a guy to come alongside of me that has about the same much. So they're not really thinking about it. What have we done, our generation before, to have this generation have that thought process?
Yeah, I think there's been a lack of education into the why. We see our grandparents, our aunts and uncles, or great grandparents stay together, get married, but we never understood the why. And that's why it's called Marriage is Simple, is because we're blowing past the fact that there's a reason why you should get married, or it's an opportunity, and it's not just because it's just better. Being single and being a independent woman or man is perfectly good, right? It is good for you. The reality is, I don't want to say the reality, but most people can't live that lifestyle, or most people would prefer the marriage lifestyle because of the concept of family, because of the concept of companionship, because of the fact that I got somebody else with me. And we don't talk about that part of it. We talk about how he wasn't listening, how she doing what she want to do. Right? And that's it. So I think that stigma kind of needs to be addressed as a whole, not just the bad, or not just because you're married, you get taxes deducted, but because there's a whole opportunity for not just you, but both of you to grow and for your children to grow, and for the community to be better off with marriage.
So this is my last question to you. So when you got married, were you thinking about marriage, or is it just something that you saw?
Yeah. So I'm an anomaly. As a boy, 13, 14 years old, you think he just wants to play and flirt with the girls. And although that was true, I also pursued or thought about the concept of marriage and saving myself for a woman, or making sure that I was intent on selecting my wife and being personable about that, or intentional about that. And so marriage for me, even before stepping into it, was always this concept of, when I get married, I'm gonna have a better marriage to my parents. I'm gonna have a better marriage to my grandparents, and I would pick up and understand, like, I gotta listen to my wife, not like my dad, or I gotta perform this way so that I'm making sure that I'm a good husband or a good father. And my dad and my mom have been a great example of marriage. I want to be better than that, and they can't take me to some place they haven't been. And so I had to rely on the Bible. I had to rely on other influences to not only explain, but to also encourage me that marriage is great. And it's the reason why it was the seventh thing that God created after he created the world.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you.